Available whenever you want it on the TJ and Riggins app. This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
I don't know if y'all can see this, but I'm injured terribly.
Oh, yeah, you are.
I've got a Band-Aid on my finger.
Oh, no, what happened?
I was reaching into the cabinet to get something this morning, and I bumped my knuckle on the shelf above where I was reaching.
Ow. And
knocked probably a pinhead of skin off of there.
Oh.
Yeah, but it was bleeding, and when you're cooking, you can't be bleeding and everything, even if it's your food.
Yeah, sure.
You know? So I just put the Band-Aid on it.
And in the winter, your skin is really dry. It'll like crack easily.
Yeah, but I don't like people thinking I have an imperfection. So
right.
I wanted to say that although it is an imperfection, it's temporary.
I'll be back to myself in a minute.
Yeah. No big deal.
I don't like knowing that Lindsay's skin gets cracked and dry. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, do you live in a house made of candy as well? Trying to lure Hansel and Gretel in there? You old lady.
Yeah. She had warts too?
Yeah, she does. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Once we found out that she had warts, then, we saw how the sausage is made at that point. Yeah.
Yeah.
And bunions too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Guys, what?
Sorry about that.
Hey, guys.
You got back acne too?
No, and I don't have warts currently. It was one wart. I scratched it off 8 years ago.
Sorry.
I can't take it.
Yeah, because we were on the air, and in the commercial break, she said, "Oh, I gotta go. I just scratched my wart off, and it was bleeding or something." And we look at each other like, "What did she say?" Surely she didn't say she just scratched a wart off. But, yeah.
Well, you always said you're one of the guys. Like you're one of us. I guess I'm not.
Well, it was after that we started saying it.
Yeah. You didn't have a choice at that point.
Yeah. It was the day you came in wearing a cup.
Hey, it's Lindsay from the TJ and Riggins Show. I love our Gregory Jewelers in Statesville, mainly because they have so many different options. You can find diamonds, fashion jewelry, anything for this holiday season. So make sure to tell your loved ones to check out our Gregory Jewelers in Statesville. Go to tjriggins.com/diamonds for directions. At our Gregory Jewelers, we speak diamond.
Add TJRiggins.com to your phone's home screen. Open your phone's browser, type TJRiggins.com, and click the top banner to learn how to easily add to both iOS and Android phones. Everything is now on the homepage, TJRiggins.com.
When it comes to all things real estate, especially in the Lake Norman area, there is no one better than the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty. We've used them for years. They're our friends, and you are going to love them. Just go to tjriggins.com/Temple Team. tjriggins.com/Temple Team.
Point and stare at TJ and Riggins anytime you want on YouTube. This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
I've been waiting to tell you the story. I got the weirdest email yesterday. I got an email from an elementary school classmate.
Oh.
And I recognized the last name, and I thought, I know that last name. I haven't seen this person since college when we all reunited, over Thanksgiving break. We went out to the bar, and I saw her.
Yeah, and it felt good. Felt so good.
Felt good. Reunited, and it felt so good. She had an interesting question, though. She said, hey, I don't know if you guys know, so meaning she had blind BCC'd other people on it. She goes, hey, I don't know if you remember, but when we were in the third grade at this school where I went to school, we did time capsules, which I didn't remember. And she said, we're now approaching the 30-year mark of the time capsule. It'll be next year. She goes, I'm just trying to get an early feel of who wants to gather together to open up these time capsules.
Oh.
And what happened is she came into them because the school moved locations, and her mother was a teacher there. And when they were digging up the ground and stuff, they just came into her possession. So she has all of them. My question, and she's trying to get like a date set up where we can all gather together. I do not want to go because I don't care. I don't care about opening up my third grade time capsule. But I also don't want her opening it or anybody else opening it because I don't even remember doing it. God forbid there's something really embarrassing in it that I don't want anybody seeing.
But what could it be when you were in the third grade? I mean, it couldn't be anything really that embarrassing.
I don't know, but it couldn't have been anything embarrassing. That's what I'm thinking. But
if it is something of yours, you don't want to not be there when it's uncovered, yet you don't want to be there because you don't want to put the effort into having to go.
Yeah, even if it was like 2 streets down, I still don't want to go hang out, and open these time capsules with a bunch of people. But I also don't want her opening it.
Can I propose something?
Sure.
Can I act as your liaison, if you will, and go for you?
It's not a bad idea.
And if anybody makes fun of you, you know who they got to
They got to deal with you. That's great.
But I'll make fun of you too. Who am I kidding?
I know.
I'll be like, what? Look at this guy.
That might be even worse than me going.
I think you should go because that's so cool and memorable and that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm just not that interested. I'm terrified. Like, God forbid, what's the most embarrassing thing I could have put? Like, these are my underwear from today, and they're like, little princess underwear. I don't know. I'm just going through all the options of what could be in there.
If Lindsay's standing out there and they say, "Oh yeah, we remember." He was very sensitive and he cried all the time. And she goes, well, nothing's changed.
Yeah, exactly.
He cries every day.
She joins in on
same
the
old
roast.
same.
Yeah, so I can't have that. So I'm thinking about emailing her back and be like, if I send you the money, can you just mail it to me? I don't want you opening it, even though it's from my 1995 or whenever it was.
Sure. Or you could just say, hey, don't look at my stuff.
It just seems so rude, though.
Right.
I don't want you seeing mine.
Like you said, TJ, it's not something that embarrassing. You're in the third grade.
Yeah. Or unless it was, that's God forbid. What could it be? What could it be? Beanie Babies? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to have her send it to me. I think I'm going to Venmo her or something. Just put it in a box and send it to me, girl. Stop playing with me.
Or you say, put it out by the street. I'll drive by and pick it up.
For real.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
When it comes to all things real estate, especially in the Lake Norman area, there is no one better than the Temple team at Keller Williams Realty. We've used them for years. They're our friends, and you are going to love them. Just go to tjriggins.com/Temple team. tjriggins.com/Temple team.
Introducing the new Media Center on the TJRiggins.com home screen. The easiest way ever to get everything TJ Riggins all in one place. The new Media Center is the easy way to access everything we do. The radio family asked for it, and now it's here. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
All guests of the TJ and Riggins Show stay at the Hyatt-centric South Park Charlotte. Beautiful rooms paired with incredible dining options, all nestled perfectly in the beautiful South Park neighborhood of Charlotte. Book your stay online at tjriggins.com/Hyatt.
This is the TJ and Riggins podcast and radio show.
Man, I got to get something off my chest. Vietnamese people are terrible drivers. I mean, the Vietnamese just can't drive.
What?
It's a story about the drivers in Vietnam are so bad that the government is paying people now to turn in drivers who are awful when they see them on the road. Like if you see somebody breaking the traffic rules, then you report them and get $200.
Ooh. Okay.
Wow.
Like if you see somebody texting and driving or running a red light, or any of that kind of stuff, because the driving has gotten so bad in Vietnam. But I scared y'all there, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That was really offensive.
I was like, oh, God.
But it certainly sweetens the pot a little bit if they're going to offer you $200 to turn people in to be a snitch.
So there are going to be a lot of keens out there.
What's that?
That's the Vietnamese word for Karen. Shut up, Keen. Uh-oh, here's another Keen. yelling at the bad drivers. Slow down.
Man.
Y'all didn't know I spoke it, did you?
No, I didn't know that.
No, that's new.
I love it.
Wow.
But yeah, I mean, there's been a day where I would be like, oh, well, okay, here's another thing. It would depend on each person that I saw doing it. If they were doing it smugly, and because they felt like that, and I thought that they had the attitude of I don't have to follow the rules, I'm reporting them. But if it's just accidentally and maybe they're made a mistake, then I wouldn't report them.
Yeah. This is probably going to be very effective.
Yeah.
I hate a cocky driver who feels like they don't have to, obey the rules. Like when you're going down the interstate and somebody comes up so fast behind you and they start weaving in and out of traffic, and then it's like, okay, well, you think you don't have to obey the rules. I get speeding, but driving recklessly, I would report them.
Yeah.
But if somebody pulls out in front of me and I have time to stop, then I'm not going to report. And that's the difference in people who choose not to lay down on their horn on somebody and people who say, oh, it was a mistake and I didn't hit them. There was no accident.
Yeah, right.
Right.
But 200
Listen, I'm reporting to everybody. You going over the line an inch, you report it.
report it.
But I wonder
Doing
how
it
they
to
prove
everybody.
it. If I said I saw somebody texting, or I guess if you have a picture of their license plate or something, a picture of them doing it. So now I got to take out my phone, take a picture of them while I'm driving.
Yeah.
And then their license plate. So I become more dangerous at that point. Somebody's reporting me.
Yeah, they're like, I'm going to report you.
Yeah.
Well, there's not cameras anywhere you just assume. Right?
You mean
We don't
traffic
even
cameras and stuff?
All the
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't even in America have as many as we should.
Yeah. And so you're saying, in Vietnam, they ain't got what we got.
No.
Let's get out of this.
I mean, right?
More TJ and Riggins coming up.
Lily and Grace is an incredible boutique in Mooresville, North Carolina that was built from a lifetime of experience in the interior design and home renovation businesses. Beautiful furniture and interior design elements ready to tell your home's story. Lily and Grace offers a wide range of products that can be customized to accommodate every corner of your home. They truly create pieces of art, and we are so proud to be working with them. Learn more at lilyandgrace.com. That's lilyandgrace.com.
Let's go. It's now easier than ever at the homepage, TJRiggins.com. The TJ and Riggins Show, Extra Funny, The Week in Review, and all the new and past podcasts. Listen, fast forward, download, and share. Add it to your phone's home screen today. The most important stories in the world. This is Now Trending on the TJ and Riggins Show.
Hey, do we have some updated information for you on the Find Rob a Wife saga? Yesterday, Lindsay took off to putting Rob on some dating sites to try to find him a wife at her request, not his.
True.
So we have an update on that coming up in a few minutes.
Now trending, Notre Dame is the top trending topic. They are advancing to the National College Football Championship on January 20th, and they will play either Ohio State or, is it Texas?
Texas, yeah.
Ohio State or Texas. So, did you watch any of that game last night? Is that
I did.
something that's
I watched it the first half, yeah.
Okay.
And it's not great football.
It's not.
I don't think either one. Whichever team would have won last night is not going to win the championship.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and as badly as I hate to say this, I think Ohio State is just. I think they're going to roll.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brian,
I'm not a big Ohio State fan.
yeah, I had to I was wondering, Brian Kelly is the second top trending topic, and I was like, he's the head coach at LSU, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
But he was the former coach of Notre Dame, and people are just talking terribly about him.
Well, he took them to a national championship too.
Notre Dame?
Yeah, Alabama beat them, I believe.
Really?
Manti Te'o. Remember him?
Manti Te'o.
Oh, yeah.
That was Brian Kelly's team, Manti.
Yeah. Well, he's getting dragged through the mud. If I'm Brian Kelly, I'm like, what did I do? I don't know. They're just roasting him. I don't know. It's terrible.
Yeah, well, all he's got to do is show him his paycheck from LSU.
All right.
And they would shh.
Fair enough. Yesterday was the funeral for Jimmy Carter. President Jimmy Carter and all 5 living presidents showed up sitting in the same pew, except for Joe Biden. He sat one pew ahead of him. But Clinton, George W. Bush, Barack Obama, Donald Trump, all sitting right there. And people made a big deal out of Obama and Trump kind of yucking it up, kind of laughing with each other and joking.
But, I mean, there's no doubt about it. Trump's funny. He's a funny person, and he said something to Obama that made him laugh.
Yeah, he chuckled.
But Kamala didn't like that. You could see her looking over her shoulder and, not liking the fact that they were talking to each other. They said George W. Bush didn't shake his hand.
Trump's hand?
Yeah.
He did give Obama the kind of backhand to the stomach, it kind of appearing that they are friendly. And I think we knew that the Bushes and the Obamas are pretty
the
pretty
Bushes, all of them, George Bush and George W. Bush and their families. Once they're out of office, then they buddy it up with liberals.
Yuck it up.
Yeah.
Oh.
It is cool to see.
I never knew that.
It is cool to see all the presidents sitting next to each other. There's something very cool. As just the casual person, I just thought it was cool to see.
Well, because they're human and they're people and they should get along.
Yeah.
Whether it's, you're adults,
Yeah.
Well, some of them are human.
Well.
But a lot of people made a big deal out of Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood performing because people can't believe the way Garth Brooks looks right now. He seems to have dyed his hair. It's very, very dark.
Well, and didn't he get a transplant as well? He looks like he's had a hair transplant.
Is that what happened?
And then if you're his age and all of a sudden you've got a hairline that you didn't have and then you just dye it jet black. See, again, this is my problem with big, rich celebrity men who have bad dye jobs. Go get it done like the women do. Spend some money. Go get it done by somebody who knows what they're doing, a color specialist.
Yeah, it's all one color. It's all very dark.
Don't be doing just for men, the gray,
Just for Garth. So there is a pervert on the loose in Denver, Colorado.
I know.
Have you heard about this? Oh my gosh, this guy's a maniac. We'll get to it next.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Every weekday, the Extra Funny podcast is available at tjriggins.com. It's uncensored and, extra funny. Extra Funny is sponsored by Eric Javits. Find your next great hat at Eric Javits. Get 20% off your order today by going to tjriggins.com/deals. That's tjriggins.com/deals. Then use promo code TJ at checkout.
Hey Charlotte, ready to enjoy a chef-prepared meal using delicious seasonal ingredients without ever having to leave your home? Table and Twine is the answer. Have a world-class dining experience without ever leaving your house. Learn more at tjriggins.com/tableandtwine.
Introducing the new Media Center on the TJRiggins.com home screen. The easiest way ever to hear the new TJ and Riggins shows, archives, podcasts, watch the show, and more. Add it to your phone's home screen today. Available whenever you want it on the TJ and Riggins app. This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
We're trying to start 2025 on a positive note, but there's a guy in Denver, Colorado that is just causing chaos in his town. Apparently on January 1st at 3 p.m., a guy approached a woman from behind while she was running along Bear Creek Trail. He then assaulted her by slapping her on the butt as he passed by. Since then, January 2nd, January 3rd, and I believe January 7th, this same guy, they believe, rode by on an e-bike and did the same thing to other women.
Yeah, I think he's been on the electric motorcycle the whole time, every time he's done it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They didn't mention it in the first one, but they do say he's riding around on an e-bike, going behind women and slapping them on the butt. They're calling him a serial butt slapper.
Yeah.
Ew.
And, it seems like that type of person would be on an electric motorcycle.
Yeah.
You know, that's the kind of thing an electric motorcyclist would do.
What is that an e-bike? They're not talking about a bicycle.
No, they're talking about this one is like a little mini bike motorcycle. And it's electric. It doesn't have a normal motor in it.
So it looks smaller than a regular sport bike.
Yeah.
So that's already suspicious. When you see an adult on that, you're like, what's going on? But just going around slapping women on the butt.
That's terrible.
Isn't that awful? Yeah. The suspect has been described as Hispanic with a mustache, a Spanish accent, and a black backpack with a red Levi's patch on the back.
Yeah, I wish the neighborhood watch would set up some sort of a booby trap. So if next time he does it, like bait him, send somebody jogging down, try to get him to come do it. And then when he takes off, they're down the road with a rope that they raise up and clothesline him off of that motorcycle.
Yeah,
TJ's always got a creative way for revenge. But in this case, I'm totally on board with it. People are making jokes about it. Oh, he's a serial butt slapper or whatever. But that's a sexual assault. Mm-hmm. And those women probably aren't laughing. And that was probably terrifying if you're a solo woman walking down a greenway and some guy comes up and just slaps you on the butt. Mm-hmm. That's probably horrifying.
Yeah, and it's in Colorado. Can you imagine what it would be like if that's in Alabama?
Yeah,
for example, or
he would be shot.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have made it.
He wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it.
Maybe not. Mm-hmm. Maybe not. Now, Denver's motto is forward. That is their city's motto. But this is no path forward in 2025. You got to take care of this. I hope they throw the book at this guy.
Oh, my God.
He needs a husband or a boyfriend to just beat the crap out of him.
Yeah.
I totally agree. Mm-hmm. What's creepier? This guy that's going around slapping women on the butt on an e-bicycle, or that guy that was hiding under women's cars, licking their ankles when they went to get in their SUVs?
I think that one's more perverted and twisted and sick.
Who deserves a longer jail sentence?
The one on the motorcycle.
Why?
Because he's just doing it to be like a criminal, a turd, if you will. The other one's sick.
Right.
The other one has a mental illness.
Agreed.
Now, they should both be locked away from society.
I agree. Yeah,
but I think the motorcycle one is more of a criminal thing than just a sick thing.
Yeah. So, oh man, I'm going to pray for all those victims of this guy. Now, I think they have caught him. Or no, they haven't. I'm sorry, they haven't caught him.
You know, it hurts.
Yeah, flying down on a bike, wham! It gives you all the momentum.
Man,
and he's got good
good aim,
motion on that. Good aim.
Yeah,
because he's not hitting anybody, and he's getting that close.
I know, it's terrible.
Lindsay's always looking for the positive.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Hey, it's Lindsay from the TJ and Riggins Show. I love our Gregory Jewelers in Statesville, mainly because they have so many different options. You can find diamonds, fashion jewelry, anything for this holiday season. So make sure to tell your loved ones to check out our Gregory Jewelers in Statesville. Go to tjriggins.com/diamonds for directions. At our Gregory Jewelers, we speak diamond.
It's now easier than ever at the homepage, tjriggins.com. Oh, look, our new subscribe button, where you can make sure you're getting the new shows right when they're posted. Find listening options for Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, social media sites, and more. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
If you live in the Charlotte area and you need furniture, then you need Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress. We love them, and you will too. So go to tjriggins.com/sweetdreams for Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress. Sounds like a sweet deal to me.
Point and stare at TJ and Riggins anytime you want on YouTube. This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
It's so cold, you need to order my luxurious bubble cuddle blanket from Cozy Earth and save a lot. Get 41% off the blanket or anything else at Cozy Earth when you go to tjriggins.com/deals and use the promo code TJ. Word from the company is that they really are flying off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hot seller.
People loving them. All right, so yesterday, after much nagging and not letting it go and the whole thing, Rob has agreed to let Lindsay try to find him a wife, because that's her deal. She wants to find him a wife. So he agreed to let her be his. I'm trying to get my things. Be his matchmaker, pose as him on the site, so that she can find his mate, or what she thinks is his mate. So what happened yesterday, Lindsay? Where are we on the project?
So I downloaded the app that I'm going to use, the specific app. It is so locked down in 2025. I guess people make fake profiles for other people all the time, or themselves. Because I wouldn't be making a fake profile. I'd be making a real one. It's just not you that's working it. They don't like that. You got to submit an ID photo. You have to submit a text. So when you put in his phone number, it'll send him a text. You got to click it. You got to verify it. It's a whole thing. So I guess I got to be with Rob during the setup process. And after it's set up, then I can work my magic.
Okay. So nothing really throwing a monkey wrench into the situation that's going to throw it where we have to walk away from it yet. But the next step is you and Rob being on the phone together and actually doing all of the stuff through his phone and his information and all that.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I'll possibly need to be with him. And I was already thinking, I wonder where he's going to be this weekend. And then I'm like, I don't want to go to a board game convention. We got to figure it out.
It's Dungeons and Dragons on ice this week, since it's supposed to be snowing and all here.
I have D&D tonight. If you want to come, Lindsay, I'll make you a character.
I really do need to figure out when to go, because I'm ready to get this ball rolling. Like, it's January. We're starting our New Year's resolutions. We're finding you a wife.
Yay!
Yeah. I keep hearing that word get thrown around today. Wife.
It's a wife. We ain't looking for no GF, no girlfriend.
Oh my gosh. I'm almost 40. We got to be looking long term. You're right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, you shouldn't even be going on a date with anybody now that you don't look at as being a potential wife.
Yeah, we just need Lindsay to go ahead and get me walking down the aisle to meet this person.
Yeah.
Don't test
Love
that.
is Blind part 85. Let's do this.
We will set that up.
Don't you have, some divorced friends or something you could start off with? Do it the old-fashioned way? Like some of your old NBA dancer teammates that have been in wrecked marriages and stuff so far?
I have a ton of friends that have gotten divorced, but I think all of them are remarried.
Oh, okay.
They lost that. They missed out.
Oh, yeah, they did.
They sure did.
Nothing cheerleaders like more than Dungeons and Dragons.
More TJ and Riggins coming up.
Hey, it's TJ, and I am telling you what, if you haven't seen Jewelers on Main in Mooresville, you're really missing out. Beautiful, beautiful pieces with jewelry repair done in-house. You can even design your own piece of jewelry. You're going to love them. Jewelers on Main in downtown Mooresville.
Introducing the new Media Center on the TJRiggins.com home screen. Did you know you can add the home page to your phone's home screen? It's easy. Check out the instructions at the top, and it only has to be done once. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
When it comes to football, I know where I'm headed. Wild Wing Cafe. They've got hot wings, cold beer, and football on all the big screens. It's the best place to catch every play, enjoy some killer wings, and ice-cold drinks. See you at Wild Wing Cafe, your game day headquarters.
This is the TJ and Riggins podcast and radio show.
I found something fun I want to share with everybody, because a lot of our radio family members and all are going to be snowed in this weekend. Everybody in the Charlotte area is probably going to be kind of snowed in at least part of the weekend. And this is a game that you can play if your electrics and your Wi-Fi and all don't go out with ice and stuff.
Okay.
But there is it's just like it's a little tool, website generator thing that you type your name into it, and it tells you how trendy your name was throughout the years. Like if the year you were born, if your name was very trendy.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So let's start with Lindsay, Lindsay. Okay, and then it's basically whatever you call these graphs that go up like mountains. What do you call that?
Bar graphs.
Is that a bar graph?
I think so.
No, it does like a heartbeat.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't know.
But anyway,
I don't either. We're
what
like,
year were you born, Lynn?
84.
Okay, so around that time was the peak of your name.
okay.
And there was 8,000. There were 8,000 babies born named Lindsay in the year you were born. That was the highest. So the year
Yeah.
you were born, your name was really trendy.
Because I was named after you know who. Bionic woman, that is.
Lindsay Wagner, the Bionic Woman from the 70s. Yeah.
Wagner.
Okay, so let's do mine. My real name is Richie, Ritchie. I was born in 1969, and this is how you can also see how uncommon your name is.
Yeah.
In 1960, late 60s would have been the peak of that name, but only an average of 150 kids a year were named Richie with a T.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah,
you're so unique.
I know, I'm special.
Just like
You
just
are.
like you as a person. unique.
So let's do Riggins, Brian.
Yeah.
You were born in 87, but the peak of your trendiness was in the late 70s when 30,000 boys a year were born named Brian. But around the time you were born was closer to 25,000 that year.
Oh my gosh, that's a ton.
That's a ton.
Well, let's see what Robert is.
I bet that one's going to be large.
Yeah.
Robert is, it's been up there the whole time. So around the year that Rob was born, there were probably 80-something thousand boys born that year in America named Robert.
Wow.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's
That
fun.
is so cool.
And everybody likes things that are about their name. Anything you can do about somebody's name,
Yeah.
they always like doing that.
Yeah. You've got a
love
unique
that.
name.
Yeah.
And it's not short for anything. It's
No,
Richie.
No, and of course I was named after a TV character as well. The Dick Van Dyke Show, where it was a family sitcom, and Mary Tyler Moore played his wife. It was in the 60s. They had a little boy named Richie.
Oh,
Yes.
really?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah, and
I remember that.
I don't know whether they spelled it with the T or not, but then my mama didn't want me to be named Richard for some reason.
It was
I don't
it was with the T.
It was? Okay.
Oh, look. Love that.
That's so cool.
But, he's a child actor back then, probably ended up being a heroin addict or something.
Oh, gosh.
Who knows? I mean,
Hope not.
that's what, my namesake,
My luck.
but I don't know. All right, Riggins' funny song called Weekend Review is coming up next.
More TJ and Riggins coming up.
Hey, it's TJ, and we were hanging out the other night at our new favorite place, Blackfin Ameripub in Ballantyne, and I figured out that's where I'm going to be watching the ball games this year. That's right. They have about 40 TVs showing all of the games on Saturdays, the college games, and their official Ohio State Buckeyes bar. You don't want to miss that if you're a Buckeyes fan as well as a Packers fan or a Panthers fan. They got it all. Not to mention some of the best food that I have had in a long, long time. You're looking for a great time? Go to Blackfin Ameripub in Ballantyne. Check it out at acetj.com/Blackfin.
It's now easier than ever at the homepage, TJRiggins.com. Click the deals button to get all our exclusive best deals anywhere from all of the TJ and Riggins Show partners. Add it to your phone's home screen today.